greenhouse. Greenhouse. I love you from my head, tomatoes, powdery mildew already on the courgettes. We normally don't get it as early as this, so not quite sure why it's come this early this year. You know what, the rest of the plant's looking fine. It's still producing lots of fruits, so I might just snip off the affected leaves, to be honest with you, and see how we get on. Speaking of getting on, I'm up here by myself at the moment, but Claire and the girls will be following, and Claire's going to bring some more carrot seeds because we've had some very erratic germination on these, so we're just going to try and catch up if we can. Might be a bit too late, but we'll see. Main reason I've come up is to try and tackle this behind the greenhouses. So on the far side of that huge patch of weeds is our rhubarb patch, if you can picture that, and it needs doing big time. So I've sharpened my shears. I sharpened them at home on a kitchen knife sharpener. Shh, don't tell Claire. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Kale's doing alright. See how easily I get sidetracked. I'm literally just finished telling you I've got to do a huge amount of weeding, and then I go, oh look, the kale's looking good. Ah. So I've been thinking as I was walking up here, but I didn't want to think out loud on my camera in case I was walking past someone and they thought I was being a bit weird, talking to myself, if you will. But what I was thinking was, 50 years ago today, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin set foot on the moon, and he had a third guy with him, Michael Collins, but he stayed in orbit around the moon. He didn't get out and land on the moon itself. But when we first started sending these people into space, things have moved on an awful lot since then, and we're now talking about, you know, possibly having a human presence living on Mars. As we know, Mars is an awful long way away. So how are these people, when we do finally get to Mars, how are they going to feed themselves? Because it's a bit too far to keep sending food up all the time, like we do with the International Space Station now. So really, I mean, I'm no expert, but really you'd think they're probably going to have to be quite self-sufficient when the people start living on Mars. And I wonder if things like greenhouses, polytunnels, that kind of thing, is that how they're going to grow their own food? Obviously there'll be a lot more to it than just slapping down a greenhouse. They'll need to have some kind of carbon dioxide, some oxygen in the air for the people that are working in the greenhouse, carbon dioxide for the plants. Temperature, it'll have to be temperature controlled. I believe the temperature is very cold on Mars. So, but there's clever people in the world, they'll figure out a way of doing this. Yeah. But greenhouses. So I'm going to start keeping an eye out in the newspapers for NASA job adverts for gardeners. Because surely they must need gardeners if they're going to go and live on Mars. I think I'd send off an application form for that. Yeah. In fact, I'll tell you what, guys, leave a comment below. Would you, if you had the opportunity, would you go into space and travel to somewhere either like the moon or Mars? Leave a comment, let me know. Because I definitely would. I'd be quite happy to lose some small body parts to go into space, to be honest with you. If someone said, if you give me both your little fingers, we'll get you into space, I'd be like, yeah, I'd hold my hands out straight away. Right. I really better start tackling all them weeds. But I don't want to. So I haven't done it all, but made a really good amount of progress here. If you consider it was like head high weeds, all we've really got now is that bramble there at the back of the growing greenhouse. Oh, you alright, Roo? So yeah, Claire and the girls have come now and they've been helping loads. It's amazing, isn't it, how much you can get done when you've got someone helping you. So it was just that bramble there, really. Yeah, nearly there, guys. And then my plan for the rhubarb area is, you might be thinking that now I've cleared the weeds all along, I'm just going to plant more rhubarb. No. We have more rhubarb there than we know what to do with, to be honest with you. So all I'm going to do with the rhubarb is I'll treat that as a separate area. I want to get loads of horse manure laid around it, and we'll just leave that till next year. And then in this area next to it that I've just weeded, I think Claire, because she is the boss, it's her allotment after all, she's just going to cover it and try and knock off a lot more of the weeds. She's going to cover it over. We might think about getting this planted up next year sometime. We'll see. It depends on Claire, really. It's whatever she wants. So yes, quite a good bit of work done there. My eldest daughter Olivia has come up. She's harvested some of the chilies for us. What else has she done? She's been moving random bits of wood as and when I've been finding them in the weeds. She's now mowing the path. Let's have a look in the shed. Where's the chilies? Right, so here's what we've got today. Got a few turnips, a few potatoes. The potatoes were from a random plant growing where I've just been weeding. So waste not, want not. And then here's the chilies that Olivia has harvested. I don't know how to open it. There's two different types there. I think one was cayenne, one was habanero. So we've got them. What have you got in this pot, Ruby?
This is a variety of fruit, which I'm hopefully going to make a smoothie with.
Soft fruits?
Yeah.
What are they, love?
So there's black currants, strawberries, a few red currants, and I think that's it.
Black currant, strawberries, and a few red currants. Oh, very nice. Let's have a look.
Oh, and like
careful. Hang on. No, hold it still. And one raspberry.
Yeah.
Decent. Nice one. Nice one. So there's our Claire and Olivia mowing the path. That's how we earn the pocket money. Right. What else have we got here then? What were they? Sprouts. Brussels sprouts. They're doing okay. I think we weeded those last time I was filming up here. And they've responded quite well to being weeded. Line of celery. Courgettes. There's one or two I can spot on there that probably need picking. Uchiki curries from Kelly at my UK homestead. I'll show you Ruby's bed. Ruby's veg in one bed while we're here. What have you got going on, Roo? Talk to me.
So I can sneak through. Here,
yep,
we have got some turnips.
Turnips, right, okay. There's probably about 100 fellow YouTubers watching this right now, and they're screaming out they need thinning out. Yes. They do, but do you know what, Roo?
I'm going to get bigger.
Yes, good girl. I was going to suggest that.
Save and which ones I can't.
Brilliant. So if you didn't hear that, because I was being a naughty dad and talking over my daughter, guys, Ruby's going to let those get bigger first before she thins them, and then she will see which ones are worth saving. So carry on, Roo, sorry.
So then we've got, this is rainbow mixed chard, I think.
Yep.
So that can be harvested soon, I think. And then I think that's about it for this bed.
Well, no, what are them in the end?
I've got leeks.
Yeah, you've got some. Put some leeks in, haven't you?
Sorry, yep.
Brilliant. Right, it's getting there, isn't it, Roo?
Yep. And then that bed,
Yeah.
I did plant some flowers in that, but they've not quite worked out. So I'm gonna eventually weed all that and then plant something else.
Well, do you know what, Ruby? What's probably happened there is something that happens to just about every other gardener. not everything always works.
I planted like a full packet of flowers.
Yeah.
Throughout that whole bed, and they've just disappeared.
Well, yeah, and you know, that happens a lot. So what do you think is the best thing to do when you try something and it doesn't work?
That start fresh, so take them all out and then plant something else so weeds can't go through.
You know what, that sounds like a very sensible idea, Ruby. Yes. So what's this, Mrs. B? What have you found?
Looping seeds on the floor.
Looping seeds, yep.
And these, no doubt, will probably be going to someone.
Yeah, the darker ones at the bottom will be the ones that we'll save. The green ones, they'll be fresh. They won't be ready yet. Yeah, we'll save the darker ones. Nice one. Cheers, Roo. So Mrs. Petals, our Claire, has just been doing a spot of weeding. This was the raspberry bed, which some of you might remember. I've been digging out the raspberries, and we've only got like 2 raspberry plants left on the end. I need to carry on digging them out. But all this lovely fresh new ground, the weeds have completely taken over. So we've been struggling to keep up with the weeding on this particularly new bed. But all is not lost. We've got some celery that we've planted out. Shallots. In here somewhere are some onions. In fact, you can see a bit of onion foliage there. And then up at the back of the bed, we've got some runner beans going up that metal fence thing. They're doing okay. So yeah, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Right. Anything you want to say, Mrs. Petals? No message for the YouTube gang? Right, if you didn't hear that, she said, yep, Stu, put your camera away. You need to finish off doing this. It's just really that bramble, yeah. Claire. Yeah. But I've got to be honest, I've got tears in my throat because I've been stung to death by nettles, and I don't know if I can stomach getting stung to death by brambles.
Man up.
Man up? Well, that's not very, oh, flipping heck. Right, I've been told. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
Oh, little Ginge, weed with your dad.
Yeah, right, we best get to it. Right, it's about 8:30 at night, Saturday night. We're going to call it a day. We've done loads, but it's, you know what it's like. It's one of them things you can never tell. So, my amazing eldest daughter, Olivia, has mowed the path. I think she's done a great job, so there's some pocket money earned. Our Claire's done a load of weeding over there. She's done a great job again. I can't really give my wife pocket money, you know, that's a bit wrong, innit? I'll have to pay back in other ways. And Ruby has just been like my right hand man. She's been next to me all the time, just proper passing me things, helping me with stuff, scratching my nose for me because I have my big mucky garden gloves on. But most importantly, I've weeded. The head high weeds are no more. So like I said before, Claire's going to get all that covered now. She's got a little spot there to weed, but we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to go home now. How quick have them chives grown back? Look at that. They've come back well quick. They've even got flower buds on them. Oh my word. Right. So we're going to call it a day here, guys. Right. As ever, thank you for joining us on our journey. It's brilliant to have you with us. Right. Everyone enjoy your gardens. Take care. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.